his style dictates that.
And then
Oh, strikes by Hawthorne.
Hawthorne's pouring it on here tonight. Thompson covering up.
What I see right
Big
there.
strikes. He's pouring it on now.
Big uppercut from Hawthorne.
It's going to be a problem.
Knee. That's it.
Recognize your name. Walk ahead.
You just plop down and gave out a big old sigh, and I felt that with every bone in my body.
Oh, yeah, man. I do that just because I'm old. You know what I mean? Nothing new.
You're a young old, though.
Yeah, I'm a young old. My grandkids said, Papa, you old. I said, no, I'm not. I'm not old until I'm 80 years old, living at your house, eating your food, and using your restroom. Tearing up your house. That's when I'm old. Yeah, so, yeah, man. I'll be
Still
44
spry,
tomorrow.
Still athletic.
Yeah. I got a little bit.
Still outrun some of the boys.
I'll outrun the boys all the time at work. Out arm wrestle them, all of that. I'm not going to let the young dudes beat me.
That's
You
your
know what I mean?
pride.
Yeah, that's my pride. If I let my pride go, no, just forget about it. I'll win. I'll cheat. I mean, I will cheat.
Keep that leg out.
Yeah, bro. I'll trip them as they're running, or plant a rock or something in the street as we're racing, and they trip over it.
Like Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, I gotta win, man. It's not cheating if you have a plan for it, a game plan. It's not cheating.
I guess that is strategy.
Yeah, it's strategy, bro. That's what it's called.
So why does Bill Belichick get so much shit?
Because I mean, he's a strategy. I don't know.
Because he wins.
Because he wins. That's probably why. Yeah. Because he has all the tricks up his sleeve and nobody else does.
Yeah.
Nobody else is using them. Nobody else can. That's probably why, though.
I messaged you at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I got my run done.
You said you were still in bed.
No.
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 No, seriously, he did. He messaged me at 5 o'clock this morning and said that he is on a run. And then he texted me again after that and said he's 1 mile in. And I gave him the thumbs up and said, okay. So that's good, man. Get up, get out of bed, and get going this morning. Let's go.
You said that like I ran multiple miles. I
You know
ran
what I mean?
1 mile.
Well, why are you telling everybody? I mean, everybody don't know what you ran,
Listen,
bro. I said you got up and ran.
Because when I get to
What?
multiple miles, I want them to know it's true.
Oh.
I don't want.
I didn't. Listen, folks.
Listen.
I didn't say nothing about him running miles. I just said he got up and ran. That's all I said. But anyway, he ran a half a mile, y'all.
No, I ran 1.1 miles.
At 1.1
The
miles.
loop
That's good.
around this block downtown is 1.1 miles exactly.
Well, that's good. That's good. So for everybody that's still in bed, get up, get out of bed, and get going this morning. Get your mile in, get your workout in. It doesn't matter where you're at. Doesn't matter if you're at home like Austin was, running around his apartment. Okay, it doesn't matter if you go to the YMCA like me. It doesn't matter if you're doing it in your home. But get up and get out of bed and get going this morning. You gotta get in motion. What'd your alarm say this morning?
I actually didn't. I
didn't
didn't
label
label
it?
it. I didn't label it.
Boy, you gotta label them alarms, man. You're gonna do like, man, all right.
That's very true. But I had somebody else depending on me to run with me.
Oh.
So my coach met me, so like I couldn't back out.
So you had a counterpart.
I had an accountability partner.
Okay, well that helps out.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, you better label that alarm, cause if you don't label your alarm, you know what it's labeled.
Snooze.
Yeah, there you go. It says it right there, snooze. That's what it said, like snooze. That's what your label is gonna be. So good, man. I'm glad you got up and. So how was your coach, man? Was he excited to see you this morning? And was he ready
gets
to
up
go?
at 4 a.m. for his job.
Okay.
Well, they don't have to be there till like 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Okay.
But he said they're normally up around 4:15 anyways.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of normally hang around. So when I told him to start running, he was like, sure. Heck yeah, I'm not doing anything else. I was like, oh, great. Now I'm really committed to this.
Yeah. Now you're really committed to it.
So, we ran. He's 160, 170 pounds. So he's a lot smaller than I am.
Yeah.
So granted, there's a caveat, but I did beat him. But we made it about almost 3/4 of a mile. And then I started walking a block, and then he circled back a light down here downtown.
Got you.
So that way, we'd be finished kind of at the same time. I walked a block and then ran the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then he finished, 100 yards behind me.
Okay, I got you.
I still picked up a good pace once I started running again, but he ran extra, so he probably ran 1.3 miles.
Okay, I got you.
But I did beat him.
Hey, you did. You did win. You did win. So diving into that, what you just said, Austin, was
I was a lot more out of breath. But.
Yeah, a lot more out of breath. You got up this morning. Mm-hmm. You went on a run. You got up this morning. You went on a run. A couple reasons you went on the run. The first reason is for yourself. The second reason is that your coach was waiting on you. Mm-hmm. So you got up this morning earlier than you normally do, which was great. You had great intentions, which was great, to get up and to go run with your coach. On the flip side of that, that's great for you. On the flip side of that, it's great for him as well. It's because now your coach who is coaching you to fight and be disciplined, and all the knowledge about fighting. Now you're able to help him continue his run. You're able to continue to help him be healthy. You're able to help him with his mindset now. So how does that feel, being coached, but also being able to lead your coach? We talk about it all the time. It doesn't matter what hat you're wearing, you can still lead each other. Mm-hmm. So does that give you a sense of urgency? Does that give you a sense of assistance? Does it give you, a great feeling about that you can hold your coach that's coaching you accountable?
Well, as far as actual training, he's one of the hardest working people I've ever seen. Because he runs the kids' he goes to work at 5 a.m. or 5:30, 6 o'clock, whatever he goes to work at the warehouse, him and his wife both. And then they get off work about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Then they start kids' classes for kickboxing about 5:30 or 6 o'clock. And then 7 o'clock, we do the adults' classes. And then we usually stay in from 8 to 9 for open gym, which is sparring. We basically spar every single day that we're there. So that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesdays and Thursdays, they go up to Eden, which is an hour and a half from here, to go to kickboxing, because he's still learning under the coach up there, learning under some of the guys up there. So that's an hour and a half drive for them. Then they have to be back for work. And then Sundays, they have yoga at 1 o'clock and then open gym at 2. So Saturday, now they have an actual strength and conditioning class on Saturday. So every single day they're doing something. But that being said, he's more like a coach and a teammate, because he's 3.5 years into his fighting career, and he's been with Killer Bees for a year and a half or so, maybe 2 years. But yeah, like you said, we hold each other accountable, but he's more of a teammate, and he's going to do these types of things on his own. Mm-hmm. But he is getting extra work because he wouldn't be running at this time if I hadn't suggested it. Mm-hmm. Well, he might, but he wouldn't be right now. And for me, I've always running's weird for me. I hate it because when you're out of shape, it sucks.
Yeah.
But if I just have somebody to run with me for the first few weeks, and then they drop off, even if they drop off, I'll still run, just because I know that I need it, and I know that my body, can do it, and I'm in better shape, and I don't hate it as much because I'm in better shape and I'm not huffing and puffing quite as bad on the jog. So yeah, I mean, it does feel good holding someone else accountable and someone holding me accountable. It's just like at work. You have somebody to hold you accountable, somebody to push you. You're more likely to, in the right ways, you're more likely to be productive.
Mm-hmm. Good. That's good. That's good, man. That's good. I know fighting's tough, and fighting, has to do with a lot of discipline. So, for you to get up in the morning and go on your runs, that's your start of discipline. So, guys, whatever you're doing in the morning, get up, get out of bed and get going. It's because you only have 24 hours in a day. And I think a lot of times we take that for granted. And we think that we don't have enough time to get it done. Even the good people that are out there busting their butt and working hard every single day, still feel that they don't have that necessary time to accomplish everything that they want to accomplish. You do. You just have to spend, 5, 10, maybe 20 minutes here and there on that craft, on that task, on that hobby, whatever you may be doing, to get that extra time in. You got to remember, time is recorded in seconds first, then minutes, then hours. So spend a few extra seconds on self-care. Again, Austin, I see it every day. Self-care is huge right now. I prayed about it this morning about mental illness. It's huge right now. So take, some extra seconds and get back to yourself, just like Austin did this morning, man, at 5 a.m. when he texted me. And when he texted me, you know, it was kind of holding me accountable because he said, I'm on a run. He pretty much knew that I was on a workout. So right then, iron sharpened iron. I'm on a run. I'm on a workout. Let's go. Let's get the day started. So appreciate you.
Well, for me too. I texted you and I texted my mom as well. She wasn't quite up yet, but I knew you would be. But when you text somebody, it's not to show off. It's not to gloat. It's, hey, I'm texting you this because the next time I don't, you're going to know I'm not running. So there's another person that I'm having hold me accountable. Just by me, I'm sending this to him. He knows that I'm running. So the days that I told him I'm supposed to be running, Wednesdays and Thursdays for now, and then eventually, Tuesdays, they know I'm supposed to be running. So if I'm not running, then, all right, I'm slacking.
Absolutely. So if I don't get a text that he's running in a couple days, I'll wait, and then I'll text him back. Are you running? That's simple. So, Austin knows how I work, and that's it. Sometimes, you don't want to smash people right away. Right, you don't want to make them feel bad right away. You don't want them to feel disappointed right away by you coming down on them just because they're not, hitting that new goal or attempting that new goal yet. Attempting a new goal, whatever it is, like running, working out, whatever. It's scary. Okay, it's scary. It's scary for me. It's scary for everyone. And so it's nerve-wracking. It makes you nervous. You don't know it's the unknown. You don't know. And so don't beat somebody down because they're not doing it. Encourage them to get up, get out of bed, get going to do it. Encourage them to stay with it, and encourage them when they want to give up on it.
Yeah, we've had multiple discussions about how hard it is for me. Or not hard, it's just how much I don't want to get up in the morning.
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay.
It's hard. It's hard. Let's be honest. It's hard. Yeah. Okay? It's hard. If not, you would have did it already.
Exactly. Okay. Well, fair point. As much as I don't want to get up in the mornings, now I have reasons to get up 4 mornings a week. Mm-hmm. Tuesday, podcast, get up at 5:30, set up the equipment, record at 6:15. Mm-hmm. Wednesday, all right, now I'm running 5 a.m. Mm-hmm. All right, come back, shower, now set up the equipment, and then we're recording the podcast at 6:15. Mm-hmm. Thursday, running, 5 a.m. Mm-hmm. Now I can do whatever I want after that. So, I might even go back to sleep. I don't know. But I'm up. I'm being productive. I'll probably edit some videos and work on some other stuff. But now I have a reason 4 days a week to get up versus when I was just trying to get up before. I had no other, I didn't have the motivation. If I have a reason to get up, it's much easier for me to go. I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Mm-hmm. But I don't like just getting up for no reason at 5 a.m. So I've found reasons to get up at 5 a.m., and I'm finding accountability partners to keep me going and to help me with the running, for instance. So it's not all, on yourself at first. Find different reasons. Just because you're not inspired, you're not motivated, doesn't mean that you won't be. You just have to find what you want to do with your time.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. Make your time valuable. Let's put it in that word. Make your time valuable. Don't waste it. Make it valuable.
This is my opponent for March 25th right here, and this was his fight in October, August 20th, I guess, when he posted this. His name is William Hathorn. He is now 42 years old, and he fought the guy that he's fighting right here. I actually fought the guy, or his training partner. So he's the training partner of the guy that I fought. Well, former training partner, because I guess this guy moved camps. But, so this is, he's 0-4 in MMA before this fight. But he got his first win, so he went and posted on Facebook.
Yeah, William
Mark Dobson,
man.
heavyweight coming from Wilburton, Oklahoma, ranked number 17 in the Oklahoma amateur heavyweight division here.
Bro,
It
just
says
looking at the tail of the tape here at both guys' pictures.
We got a cowboy
Wilburton,
taking on
Oklahoma.
Sherlock Holmes.
This is
the
gonna
most
be epic.
amazing thing ever.
This is going to be
He's
awesome,
wearing the
bro.
top hat out to the cage, Caleb Nutty, like a real gentleman.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
Like a true
Oklahoma,
gentleman.
man.
Mark
Age
Gentleman
difference, too,
Dobson.
41,
We should
24.
start calling him that. The man's
Other
a
guy looks
class
older
act.
than,
Just look at the hat.
I'm fine
Dobson
with it.
was
He's
older
got
than
a
Hathorn.
style of kickboxing And then our man Haythorne, he's got the style of freestyle. So.
And what's crazy about Dobson, he has the style of kickboxing. His last fight, that was a win. Caleb Nutty came by 9.
Glorious mustache and
There's
all.
Mark Dobson.
And now,
Dobson.
let me welcome his opponent out of the red corner, Will Hawthorne.
Pitch was totally different, man.
Will Hawthorne, he's stepping out here with a really, really good corner. He's training with some good guys out there at New Limit. J.D. Henson, one of the best kickboxing and Muay Thai coaches in the whole state, in my opinion.
And we've called a lot of this man's fights. Just because he's 0-4 does not mean anything, Caleb Nutty, because every fight he's been in, he has put his heart and soul into, and he improves every single time. So tonight might be the night that bell finally tolls, and this man gets his first victory.
We're going to find out soon enough.
I talk all this, man.
You're talking for me.
Yeah, I will.
You ever seen the Key and Peele hype man?
Yeah,
That'll be you.
Yeah, that'll be me. I talk all the smack for you, bro. I might get knocked out too, but I'm gonna talk some smack.
But you know, I'm not doing this to be perfect. You know, that's kind of what I
Welterweight
enjoy
champion
about
Chase King in the corner as well. Also trains at New Limits. I mean, he's getting good work out there with a lot of good guys.
Training.
Coach J.D. Henson.
But it was during COVID, and he decided that he just wanted to start training because he used to be in the Army. Service, by the way.
I mean, this is a gym that pumps out champions.
And get back in shape.
Yeah, and
so
like you said, Caleb, his corner is stacked.
No doubt about it. He's coming into the cage right now, William Hawthorne.
Yeah, that man wants his victory. He's getting a pretty big pop from the crowd as well.
He's a year younger.
Let's go ahead and take it over to Justin Christie.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is brought to you by Archangel's Foundation. It'll be three-minute rounds in the range of the cage amateur and the weight MMA division.
No, man, I'm too competitive. First, I'm gonna try to go like to the worlds and fight overseas.
Corner, he is a mixed martial artist with a record of 1 win and 1 defeat. Standing 6 foot even. He weighed in at 257 pounds. Fighting out of Wilmington, Oklahoma, representing Green Feathers MMA and Muay Thai.
I'm about to show you his interview for his fight coming up Saturday. And he looks like he's lost quite a bit of weight.
Some big old boys though. 257, 264.
Yeah, I'm 245 right now.
Yeah.
Fighting out of the Young Chiropractic red corner. He is a mixed martial artist with a record of 0 wins and 4 defeats. He said it's 6 foot, 2 inches tall. He weighed in at 262 pounds. Fighting out of Yukon, Oklahoma, representing New Limits.
Same card.
Please help me welcome Will the Express
this Saturday in Oklahoma City.
Hawthorne.
About 6:15.
Your referee for this contest is Anthony Macias.
You know, I might be mistaken, Caleb Nutty, but it looks like Hawthorne actually slimmed down a little bit since last time I saw him fight.
He might have. He does look to be in pretty good shape. His coach
I'm not
J.D. I was
gonna pull up
talking to earlier,
Williams'
too, told me he's in the best shape he's ever
fights.
seen him in. So.
Nice. Here we go. Three-minute rounds in the amateur heavyweight division. Dobson in the black and red, Hawthorne in the solid black.
Hit him for 30 seconds, and then he taps the strike.
So your film review is this fight?
Yes, heavyweight.
This is the only stand-up
I don't think you'll ever try to rush in. The power of these men to just put you to sleep instantly is just ungodly.
All it takes is one good one.
I'm gonna.
He gave him a super thick leg kick right there, Caleb Nutty.
Go live.
Oh yeah, I get to see him.
Yeah, Hawthorne strikes first.
I'll get to see him.
See him live versus tape.
So about 30 seconds in, no one's really throwing anything besides one leg kick.
Both have really
And then
loose
he throws
stances.
His big switch left hand.
Following each other hand
Switches
patterns
stances,
very
throws a
well.
Big left hand. Mark kind of shells up, and they exchange positions, pummel a little bit against the cage.
Oh, big overhand right coming in from Hawthorne. Throws some knees.
Tries to muscle him against
Dobson
the cage.
reverses the position. Hawthorne
And he gets
reverses
him
it
there,
right
couple
back.
more knees.
And this is a good spot. I think Hawthorne really would
And
like
then
to keep this
they
standing.
separate.
His style dictates that.
And then
Oh, strikes by Hawthorne.
Hawthorne's pouring it on here tonight. Dobson covering up.
What I see right
Big
there.
strikes. He's pouring it on now.
Big uppercut from Hawthorne.
It's going to be a problem.
Knee. That's
He
it.
drops him. He's pouring it on.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He's big and he's
Oh, my
Hawthorne.
goodness.
But
He just sent him to the show round, Caleb Nutty.
Yeah, rewind it.
He shut the
I just
show
hope he comes out
down.
healthy.
Yes, sir. He sent.
I think he's
Gets his
going
first
off
win.
the guys
Congratulations.
fighting. I've been watching some of the stuff.
And what a win it was. Really.
Pouring it on here tonight. Dobson covering up.
Big strikes. He's pouring it on now.
Big uppercut from Hawthorne.
Knee. That's
He
it.
drops him. He's pouring it on.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
my goodness.
He just sent him to the show, Caleb Nutty.
I'm excited.
He shut the show down.
Yes, sir. He gets his first win. Congratulations.
Yeah, and that's what I was.
And what a win it was. Really lit the crowd
on video. It's a little slower than it is in person.
Yeah.
So once you see him in person, now you can actually get the timing down of his punches.
Yeah. And then here's his interview with Rage in the Cage 15 hours ago.
Hey, Rage
He's not
Nation,
a very
it's Kipper Shaker
talkative
here
guy.
with Rage in the Cage, Oklahoma. And Rage in the Cage 92 is in the spotlight right now. It's coming your way Saturday, March 4th at the Oklahoma City Farmers Public Market. And I am super excited, as always. We got to experience your first victory. It was August 20th. We just figured out of 2022.
So, yeah, he looks
that was
much
huge.
better there.
I mean, I was so excited for you. To be able to get your first victory.
Everybody-
and I'm always sad for the
everybody
opponent that
that
loses.
I talked
but
to
of
that has
course,
talked to
I
him
know that
said
you
he's a
had
super nice
been
guy,
really
and
working
by all
hard
accounts,
to get that victory.
it kinda
And you
seems like
even
he
look
is.
like more in shape
I've
now
seen a
than
couple
ever.
of
So
interviews. You can
walk
tell
me
that he's a
through what
humble
it felt
guy.
like to get that victory, and do you feel like that propelled you into something different?
I don't know if it propelled me to something different. I mean, obviously winning's better than losing anytime, but I just think it made me concentrate more on like my shape. I mean, even though I was like in really good shape during that time, I mean, just being lighter, you feel better. I feel like you move a lot quicker. So that's kind of the whole getting into shape aspect of everything.
So you've taken off in just that many months. So less than 5-6 months, you've taken off like 30 pounds. So that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know
Lots
fighters
of
cut
William.
that pretty quick, but like actually keeping it off is a different story, not just cutting weight. You've
My
actually,
goal was to get to 240 and be there consistently, and it just seems like I'm under it, so I can pretty much have what I want to eat, wake up, still be under 240. So
nice.
Guess I'm
So you
only
made
about
your goal.
10 pounds
That's
heavier than
huge. Yeah.
now.
Your opponent, you just got to witness his interview. He's a super guy. You guys have deep respect for one another. I definitely know that. But at the end of the day, one of you win and one of you lose. How do you, as a martial artist, you go into that cage and you're like, okay, we're no longer friends for a moment. We're competing, or does that mindset not really matter so much?
I think you hit it. I think you basically just block it out as soon as you get in there, and just kind of like you're there to do a job, and just kind of like give it your all. It's not like a little sparring session. You just kind of do a little bit harder than normal and see who can win.
Well, sounds good. So are you looking forward to this one any more than?
I mean, I'm always looking forward to them. I mean, it's always fun getting in the
I
cage.
wonder how much he
being
actually
42
does
years
spar, though.
old, and I think just that, just having people come up afterwards like, wow, man, you're 42. Like I've had a lot of people like, listen, you've really motivated me. I'm like, well, don't get too used to it because my body's breaking down quick.
Do you get nervous still?
Not really. I mean, like the first couple of fights that happened, now it's just kind of more like I'm ready to go. Like now I can actually hear people saying things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I've kind of blocked all that out now, and it's kind of like, like, hey, they're really talking about me.
Well, good. Sounds good. And you have tickets?
I do have tickets, so I think most of them are already gone, but if you need some, I know where to get some.
Yep. I
He's-
can get
he's
some
not
anytime.
comfortable
So
on
if you
camera.
guys want to specifically
Like a nice,
support
humble
William
guy.
and get your tickets from him, make sure you hit him up, and then he'll hit me up. Otherwise, you can get them on stubwire.com. You can click William's name, any other fighter on the card. The most important thing is to
I
be
think
there
that's the
and
end
to
of
get your
his
tickets
interview.
pretty quickly because
And then
this
the other
card
guy's like
with
12
16
minutes, but I'm
fights
not
on it
watching
and
that,
a
but
BJJ super
he's
I
fight.
think it's so
is,
neat, man. You talk about it, how humble he is, and how respectful he is right there. I think that's the joy, and I think that would be the joy for me as a fighter, man. Getting in the ring and turning the clock on, man. Turning that light switch on where you got to go and beat your buddy up, like you got to beat him down, man, to win the fight. But afterwards, you can hug and you can, pick each other's brain and get tips and stuff like that. I think that's really, really, really neat, man. We talk about talking smack a while ago. That would be me. I would talk smack all the way through, man, all the way through the fight. But at the end, I will make sure that, I hug that fighter and, I appreciate that fighter and I let that fighter know how much, I appreciate that opportunity. So I think that's a great joy, man. Just being able to have that friendship afterwards.
Fighting's a crazy thing because, I mean, you're going in there. You can be at the weigh-ins. Oh, there's a garbage. You can go in there and you can talk smack. You can do whatever. You can be humble and be friends. If you're being friendly with the guy, you still have to go in there and punch each other as hard as you can. And you still have to try to knock that other person out or make them quit.
Yep.
I mean, it's like conceding death. I mean, that sounds kind of violent to say, but it's like saying if there was nobody here and this was to the death, who's going to kill the other one?
True.
I mean, that's
true. That's my
essentially
mindset
what it
in
is.
a fight.
I mean, that's essentially what it is. Now, I kind of look at it, and maybe that's a little bit of my issue too sometimes, is I look at it more as, like you said, a sparring session when I'm training. But, you know, that's because I like the technique. I like the breakdown, the analysis of it. I like the chess match of it. But I learned firsthand, as soon as you get in there with somebody who's trying to knock you out, you're like, oh, this is not what, you know, I'm used to in sparring. And then you have to throw back. So, and you have, you know, I need to learn to control myself a little bit more. I think that's a learning curve every fighter has to go through. But, yeah, it's a crazy thing because, you know, the last guy that I fought, you looked at him, you would think he'd be a punk. You'd think he'd be a trash talker. All the tattoos he had. And, you know, I'm not accusing anybody of taking anything. But anyways, yeah, man, you wouldn't think that someone like that would be such a nice guy. And he was a nice guy, ball stretching the imagination from meeting him at the weigh-ins and talking to him before the fight. Now, he did try to get in my head beforehand and start, man, I'm just glad you took the fight. We were doing did I tell you this? We were doing our pre-fight physicals.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, he was behind me in line, me and my coach, Eddie, and he goes, man, I'm just glad you took the fight. I've had 3 people pull out on me.
Yeah.
Can't get anybody to fight me. I was like,
appreciate it. I'm glad I took it too.
Me too, bud.
Yeah.
And then he still
too.
We still kind of talk a little bit, but he messaged me talking about how he's a little full of himself. But he said he messaged me saying that no one's took his shots like that, and you know he couldn't believe that I kept coming forward when he kept hitting me.
Yeah, good for you.
But not good for me. I don't want to.
Motivation,
I don't want to keep getting hit like that.
No, motivation. Motivation.
You're supposed to block the punches, not with your face.
Yeah, motivation, man.
But
all of it.
I will say the promoter of not Rage in the Cage, Husky Fat, has told me a couple of times how impressed he was with my chin. Even the Edmund coach said that. But the point is, I don't want to have to test my chin. I want to slip the punches. I want to block them. So that's what I'm working on.
Yeah,
so when I'm in there with William, I'm not going to just try to let you hit me like the last guy did. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Good.
I'm excited to try to showcase what I've been working on. The knee set me back probably, honestly, 3 months. But I'm working my ass off to get back. So
good.
I never run, but I'm running now.
Well, good, man. You know, good for you, man. It's all motivation. You know, all motivation, and let the negative and the positive motivate you to go in this ring and kick some butt, man. You know, it's the pros and the cons, right? It's all your motivation. Right, and so let it go in there and motivate you again to go in that ring and kick some butt. You know, you told me a while ago, hey, guess what? When you're in that ring, it's time to turn it on. So, you know, turn it on when you're in that ring. Everybody tune in. Austin can let you guys know what it's going to be streamed on. I think it's going to be pay-per-view, you said, right?
There will be a pay-per-view. They wait to post it until like a couple of days before.
Okay, can you tell them when your fight is and
March
what time?
March 25th.
Okay, March 25th.
It'll be about 7 p.m. is the first fight.
7 p.m. is the first fight, and that's in Oklahoma City, correct?
This will be in Edmond.
Okay, in Edmond. All right. If they wanted to come to your fight, Austin, and watch you live, where do they go?
Edmond Convention Center.
Edmond Convention Center.
Conference Center, sorry. Edmond Conference Center.
Edmond Conference Center, March 25th, approximately 7 o'clock. Everybody, please tune in to Austin Tynes. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to go live. So tune in to Bo Waddell. I'm going to go live and share my buddy and share his fight. So good luck to you, Austin, and I'm ready. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. So I think your mindset is ready. I think you're ready. I think your motivation's a little bit different than your first fight. So I think you're a little bit more prepared mentally.
Yeah.
You know, I hadn't been in the gym watching you physically, but I know you got that. So Put two of those together, man, physically, mentally, and she'll go in there and do your thing.
I will say I was in, like, cardiovascular-wise, I was in a little bit better shape at this point last time. But I took the last fight on, like, a week and a half, 2 weeks notice. So I really, like, I didn't know I was fighting 4 weeks out. I'm 4 weeks out from my fight. So I know, like, I mean, I'm able to start ramping up the camp right now. And I'm starting the running, but like you said, I'm more mentally prepared.
Absolutely.
In the next 4 weeks, I can get my cardio back to where it was. Ideally, I wanted it to be better than what it was the first fight, but you know, being lazy and being out of camp and my knee and, you know, my own personal fuck ups. But yeah, I'm more mentally prepared. Like you said, I know what to expect, and I've been working on certain things every single day.
Yeah, good.
And, like, sometimes too much, but I've been working on defense. I've been working on picking shots. I've been working on staying comfortable under fire instead of just throwing wildly back. So hopefully, you know, because obviously when I get back in there, some of that's going to come back out.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully I can kind of tame that to a degree and
good
put on a show for everybody.
Well, good. Let's put on a show. And William, good luck to you. And Austin, good luck to you. May the best man wins. But, hey, Austin gonna win, though.
I'm gonna win.
How annoying it is to have a friend that does the following. When are you gonna go work out? Dude, just leave me alone. Dude, when are you gonna look at your belly? You gotta lose weight. That's an annoying friend. Versus you would much rather be around other people that are not gonna say. My dad will say, hey, you've been eating too much rice lately. He said it to one of my friends. That one friend never showed up ever again to my house. But that guy today is 350 pounds. He's afraid that someone's gonna point that out. He would much rather be around other people that are not gonna point out that he's heavy. So who's a real friend? The person that doesn't tell you that the person that does.
We just talked about accountability partners earlier. Are they really your friend unless or if they don't want you to be better?
That question is no. The question is absolutely no. They're not your real friend if they don't want you to be better. I don't care what people say. I don't care what they do. They are not your friend if they don't want you to be better. I really, truly mean that. And, you know, people deal with it all the time. Some people's longtime friends, since they were kids, 3, 4 years old, been growing up with you all this time, and now that you're an adult, they're still not wanting you to be better. They're still not telling you things to be better. They're still not making sure that you're mentally better. They're not making sure you're physically better. They're not doing anything but watching you lose everything that you got. Everything. And so, you know, those aren't my friends. I used to think they were my friends. It's because they were cool to hang out with, because they had cool cars. It's because they had cool houses, cool material things, but they didn't have the cool mindset that I needed. They really didn't. And so if your friend that you have now is not telling you something every day to get better, that's not your true friend. That's an associate. Okay, that's an associate to me. A true friend is going to tell you, man, that you're messing up. A true friend is going to tell you, hey, you're not right. A true friend is going to help you get to the top. Because guess what? As you're going to the top, so is your friend. And you know, we talked about business owners. You know, we talked about it, you know, with Andre. We talk about it with Rocky all the time. You know, I talked about it with Alicia last night. And, you know, the thing she said to me is that all of our coaches here, we want to promote within, and we want to promote all of our trainees and all of our associates to be managers. That's great, man. You know, that's wonderful. And you should want to go out and help your friends the same way. You should want to go out and be the best friend that you can to someone. You know, and you know, I kind of started it 3 years ago. I said, you know what? I want my friends to tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Slap me in the face with the truth, because that's the only way that I'm going to ever get better at whatever. Slap me in the face with it, man. So be honest with your friends, or let me say this. If you're a true friend, then be honest with your friends.
We get it all the time at work.
Get it all the time. Get all the time.
We get course corrected. I mean,
all the time.
And then there's things, maybe you don't have to completely over adjust, but there's certain notches that you might have to take
absolutely
it down or ramp it up. But
absolutely, you can turn it down or turn it up, right? Turn it down or turn it up. But if you are a true friend, go out there and tell somebody to turn it up or tell somebody to turn it down.
I mean, just, again, at work, accountability. You, Sam, everybody. But, I mean, it kind of started with Sam. I was 300 pounds, 299. I don't think I ever got to 300. The scale might have or I might have got to 300, but the scale never hit 300. So I'm saying I was 299. So y'all can kiss my ass. But I was 299 pounds, basically 300 pounds. And Sam, as you know, at the sales tower, I'm right here. You're right here behind me at your desk where our chairs are almost touching.
Yeah.
You got the tower right here with Sam and Brendan. Well, Sam, every day, man, you're getting fat. Man, you're getting fat. He wasn't shaming me. He was just looking out for me. I was getting fat, and I was fat.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I was fat because, like I said, I would check my blind spot in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would almost pass out because I get blurred vision. I'd bend over to tie my shoes, and I could barely breathe.
Mm-hmm.
That's an issue.
Yeah.
It's not just the fat that's the issue. It's the health complications that come along with it and how inconvenient it makes day-to-day life. So by Sam saying that, almost every day, he wasn't shaming me. He wasn't like sitting there berating me for being fat, but he's, man, you're getting fat. You're fat. You need, are you working out? How's your diet? And then I was sitting back in the chair one day. I don't know if you remember this, but I was sitting back in the chair one day, and then you tried to get into your desk, and I guess it was too much space. And he said, "Bro, move your fat ass up." Yeah. And I was like, "Oh shit." Bo's always been kind of nice to me. He's pushing me. Yeah. I was like, damn, maybe I do need to fix something. So I moved my fat ass up, and my belly was touching the the desk, and from there I started with my diet. I went basically carnivore diet for a little keto, but mainly carnivore diet for a month. I didn't have a carb for over a month. I lost like 30 pounds, like 25 pounds in a month. And then, from there I started trickling the diet and doing keto and stuff like that. And now I'm down about 55 pounds total, and I'm trying to get another 30, 35, 40 pounds. But man, just sometimes like that, just being the catalyst for somebody. You don't have to shame them, and even if it's not weight, but if someone says they have a goal, they have a dream, and they're working on it, and then they kind of stop, they fall off, ask them why. Just like Bo with the podcast. I told him a couple times how I want to do this podcast, and then, Bo, when we doing the podcast, man? When we doing the podcast? Multiple times over months. And eventually I was like, man, it's now or never. Like, either I'm going to do it or I'm not. Right. There's no tinkering around, toying around. Let me be about it or not. And now we're doing it at 6 a.m., and now I'm getting up 3-4 days a week at 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., which, a year and a half ago, I was getting up an hour before work, if that, and I was taking my ass to work.
Yeah.
And, that's just what my morning was like. But now I get to accomplish 2 to 3 things before I even go to work. Then I go to work, and then I go to kickboxing, and then I come home, and then I can still be productive. And, I don't feel like I am at a lack of time. I don't feel like I'm in a race for time because I'm getting up and being more productive.
Yes. And I apologize for calling you a fat ass that day, man.
No, that's okay. I don't mind it. I mean, it's not like you guys sat there and just went in on me for 20 minutes and made me feel terrible about it. But you pointed out the obvious. You pointed out, man, it was in a tone of, man, I'm worried for you.
Yeah. It was. And, my worry.
And let me throw this in there real quick. It's not like they were just passerbys walking by, hey, fat ass.
Yeah.
Like, these were my bros. These were my buddies, my coworkers that I'd worked with for, years. And then, I started at like 250, and then I put up 50 pounds while I was working there, and they were concerned about me.
Absolutely. We make fun in a good way, guys.
Exactly.
And so we make fun in a good way. And, a lot of times, and that's what I'm going to apologize for it now. Anybody that I've ever talked to, we make fun of each other all the time. And sometimes, I don't know how to present that quote to somebody. And so a lot of times I just blurt out stuff, man. I could be across the showroom. You'll hear me across the showroom, which, I'm really doing a better job on that, and I'm going to continue to do that. And so I say stuff all the time that, may hurt somebody's feelings, or, they may not take it the way that I'm meaning to it. And so I'm going to get better at that, guys. I'm going to just tell you straight up, look, this is what you're doing. This is what you're not doing, versus try to make a joke out of it or make it funny. Because a lot of times when you make it funny, it seems that you're making fun of that person. So I'm going to try to do it a different way. Austin, you need to lose weight, sir, for your health, and make sure that you train enough for your fight and you're in a good enough shape and you're not a fat ass. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, you say that, but sometimes some people won't take that. It's not shocking enough for them to be receptive to it. So you can start that way, but sometimes you just have to, man, you're getting fat.
Yeah, yeah.
You're getting fat.
Yeah. And you know, sometimes you do have to say it bluntly like that. And in saying it bluntly like that, just make sure you don't embarrass someone or they're in a crowd. Pull them to the side, okay? Pull them to the side. And do that because now it's not making fun of them. Now they don't feel embarrassed. Just like he said, his dad said, you're eating too much rice. Well, the reason his friend doesn't come around now is because it was in a crowd of people and he's feeling embarrassed that somebody, will say something about him that he's really at home not eating a lot of rice, trying to do better for himself, but nobody sees those results yet, so they still think that he's eating too much rice and he's too fat. So in your process, guys, go around those friends that will talk to you and not seem as they're making fun of you. And then in that point, Austin, you know, just like you did, in that point, if you feel that way, if you feel down or you feel that they're shaming you, speak up and say something, okay? Don't let it continue. Speak up and say something because if you don't, it's going to continue, right? It's going to continue. And then I'm thinking, oh, crap, I'm glad that Austin told me that, because now it makes me recognize I need to say it in a little different form and fashion.
I mean, like I said, it's not just about, you know, your body or whatever that, you know.
Anything.
Yeah, we talked about before. You can be different shapes and sizes and be healthy, but the main thing is just to be healthy and sustain that lifestyle. Not everybody needs to be ripped like you. Not everybody needs to go train to fight like what I'm doing. But a sustainable, healthy lifestyle is what's most important. But, you know, you can parlay that over into business or success or goals, or working on a marriage. If you were going through marital issues and you came to me, man, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put in more effort with my wife. I'm going to take her out to dinner 2 nights a week. I'm going to make more of an asserted effort. And then I talk to you 3 weeks later, Bo, how many times you and Alicia gone out to dinner? We didn't get to go out the first week. Second week, we went out once. I might not get to go tonight, but I'm probably going to take her out Sunday. Well, by my count, that's 2 times. You said you were going to do 6. So by any stretch of the metric, that's 33%. You're going 2 out of 6 times. And now your wife was told that she's going to, you know, get dinner and effort from you guys, or even if it's a home-cooked meal, right? She was told that she was going to get effort from you, and she's gotten 33% of that effort. Now, you can't always get 100. We've talked about this. But are you passing or are you failing with your effort? You're either passing or you're failing with your effort. So it comes down to anything, and just hold each other accountable. What kind of friend would I be if I just sat here and if you were going through those issues? I'm not saying you are, but if you were going through those issues, what kind of friend, friend would I be if I told you, you're fine. Yeah. She'll be okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not letting you hold yourself accountable. I'm not holding you accountable. So you have to be that for your friends and for people that you know.
Absolutely.
The more you know somebody, the more you can get in their business about it.
That's right.
My change came when one day I finally realized I'm full of it, and I realized I'm a great salesperson. What do I mean by that? I sold myself on not giving my best yet. I was selling myself on why I don't have the best life. I was selling myself why you're winning by highlighting your gifts, and why I'm losing by highlighting my weaknesses, because it's easy to cop out. I was so good at it. But if I'm this good at selling this, what if I can flip? The skill set of sales is the same. What if I'm able to sell myself on I can win because of these 3 talents that I have? What if I flip the script on myself? What will life look like? My change came when one day I finally realized.
Tell the salesman every single day.
Yeah, tell them every day, man. You know, and so, we Austin and I talk about a lot. We talk about, just a lot of life. I mean, sports to entertainment to everyday life to business to work. And so, Austin and I were talking, and we're in sales, and it's so crazy that Austin played this video because we're in sales. And so, I want to transition you guys now into here's some sales tips for you, right? The number one sales tip that I can give you, he just said it on the video, is sell yourself. Yes, Austin, is absolutely true. I tell the salesman every day to sell yourself. You know, I used to always wonder, you know, why I had a lot of clients or people were favorable to me or why I sold, you know, a lot of cars. It's because I was selling myself. And I really didn't realize it until, you know, after I got off the sales floor and went into management. So the first thing, guys, the first thing in sales, if you want your sales to grow, is sell yourself. What I mean by that, I mean by going to work, whatever you're selling, going to work and making sure that you are okay, making sure that your appearance is okay, making sure that your hygiene's okay, making sure that your mindset is okay, making sure that you are physically okay, making sure that whatever product that you're out there selling, making sure that you agree with it. Make sure that your opinion about it is great. Make sure that you're excited about that product. Make sure that your client, whatever you're selling, make sure that your client knows that you're not only helping him or her buy this product, you're going to be there after you sell them the product, and you're going to be there for them for any questions or concerns about the product. Make sure that they know that you are their salesman. Make sure that they know that you are building lifelong relationships with them. So for you to up your sales as a salesperson, go out and sell yourself. Go out and build lifelong relationships. By doing that, your clients will always come back to see you. That's how you become a great salesperson.
I'm going to, since you touched on one point of it, I'm going to take a more broad spectrum on what he's talking about is you have to sell yourself to yourself first. If you don't believe that you can do something, then no one else is going to believe you can do it. So he talks about it in another one. I don't know if I sent it to myself or not, but he used to walk into open houses so if he can only afford a $400,000 house, he'd walk into an $800,000 house, $1 million house, open house, and see if the realtor believed that he could buy it. So he would work on the persona that he's giving off, and not because he wanted to live some fake lifestyle. He just wanted to see, okay, am I at mentally where I can take this and run with it? Versus, well, man, if I don't give off that I can afford $1 million home, I'm probably not good at having a poker face for anything else. So, and he owns a giant insurance sales company, like giant company. So when you can start to control your own emotions, start to control your own thoughts, start to control your own aura in sales and in life, which life is sales. You're selling yourself to other people to negotiate an agreement. You're doing it to talk to women, to talk to, you know, your significant other, and to try to court. Everything is sales. So when you start to put yourself in that mentality to where I have to believe in myself first, then you can start to build those lifelong relationships first or next, because, you know, then they can see, all right, Bo really knows what he's doing, and I can trust Bo because Bo believes in himself. If Bo doesn't believe in himself, why the hell would I believe in him? So when customers come to you, they come to you because they know that you're going to get it done. You're going to figure it out. And if you can't figure it out, then you're going to give them an explanation as to why. You're going to be honest, and then you're going to tell them straightforward. There's not going to be any games, and you're going to be, you know, the salesperson and even kind of a friend. You're going to be in a friendly acquaintance to them versus just someone who's trying to sell them and make a commission. Because if you I call it commission breath. If you just have commission breath in sales, customers are going to see it just like that. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to be the typical salesman that everybody talks about and that no one wants to work with.
That's absolutely correct. So the first thing today, guys, if you're in sales, the first thing today in selling yourself, if you're in bed, if you're awake right now, if you're still at home, if you're in your car, if you're on your phone, look yourself in the mirror and say that you are great. Look yourself in the mirror and say that you are great, and today is going to be great.
Get up, get out of bed, and get going.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world.